Crude oil has contributed significantly to the economic growth of many African countries where it is mined. However, ordinary citizens in these countries are yet to benefit from this rich resource due to the poor management of revenues from the sector. Since Ghana's offshore oil production in 2010, revenue from the industry has contributed to the rapid growth of the country. To ensure that revenues from the sector are well utilized for the benefit of Ghanaians going into the December 7 elections, political parties outdoored their policy statements for the oil and gas sector. The CPP's flag bearer Ivor Kobna Greenstreet says the party will invest the oil resources in the productive sectors of the economy.
You've seen governments over the last number of years, different governments borrowing, which affects our currency, affects inflation. And so with this additional revenue, we can invest it in the productive sectors of the economy, i.e. those sectors which are going to generate employment, those sectors which are going to generate further revenue for the government. And that is precisely what we'll do.
Edward Mahama of the PNC says some revenues from the oil sector will be channeled into health, but has also indicated he will amend the E&P Law 2016.
We in PNC will grow the national economy at 10% per annum on the back of agric. The oil is icing on the cake. National health insurance is struggling. A portion of the budget assistance fund of the oil revenue should go to top up. Why? Because mothers who are bringing forth the new Ghanaians will benefit from it. Currently, what I am concerned about is the fact that the law that they are passing is going to make the minister of oil, it could be anybody, but I don't believe an individual should be the final arbiter to decide who gets an oil block.
The National Democratic Congress, however, says it will invest the oil funds in the health and the human resource capacity of the country. Solomon Nkansa is the NDC's National Communications Director.
His Excellency the President has also raised another critical component that he should be allowed to use a certain percentage in funding our health insurance. The human capital to play a pivotal role in the oil management services.
After reviewing the proposals of the various political parties on the upstream petroleum sector, Dr. Steve Mantiao of the Integrated Social Development Center says the NPP has a better policy than the various political parties.
NPP again prioritizes 4 key areas where they want to spend the money. Again, there's some coincidence there with the NDC though. It talks about health, it talks about agriculture, it talks about infrastructure, and it talks about education. And in my view, these are the best priorities that when you channel oil resources into, you can have the maximum impact on the rest of the national economy. There's an agreement between agriculture, health, and education. Infrastructure, the NDC does not emphasize that much. I guess because perhaps they intend to finance infrastructure development with other revenues. So that will be the marked difference. The reason I put the NPP ahead of the NDC is the fact that they've made a lot of blunders in managing the oil sector over the last 8 years. And therefore, I find it quite difficult to really take what they are saying in their pledges very serious.
According to Dr. Mantiao, though the policy proposals of the parties are similar, the CPP lacks an understanding of the sector, making their proposals quite frightening. A report by Kwadwo Tufo, Accra.